The Chicago Bears reportedly meet with Omarion Hampton for a top 30 visit and are considering drafting him at number 10 if rumors are to be believed. We're going to talk about what that could mean for the Chicago Bears and all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central and every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go to get into this content for today, y'all. The Bears have officially met with Omarion Hampton for a top 30 visit. And reportedly, according to some outlets as well, the Chicago Bears may be even considering bringing in Hampton at the number 10 overall pick. Now, that I do not believe. I want to be clear there. That came from Eric Lambert, a writer there, that the Bears seem to be considering Omarion Hampton at number 10. I don't believe that, right? So that's why I didn't put it in the title, because I think that's too much. That feels like clickbait. That's what that is. It feels like clickbait. But with that said, is that Omarion Hampton is somebody that the Bears clearly are considering. Now, what we know about Ryan Poles is that he likes to look at all the options possible when looking at a position, right? And so with there being thought or with there being some doubt if Ashton Jeanty is even going to be there on the board when the Chicago Bears drafted number 10, and the Bears, I don't think, should be in a situation where they're considering trading up for Ashton Jeanty. Omarion Hampton is a player where you could trade back potentially, still get him, get more assets, and it makes sense for your team, right? So we'll see what happens there. But Omarion Hampton, when you look at it, he's one of the best dual threat running backs in this draft. While I'm not as high as some people are on Omarion Hampton, you can't doubt what he did. 6 foot, 220 pounds, 1,660 yards and 15 touchdowns last year. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. The whole pickup with it. Hey, man, it seemed like they was bringing in a couple other running backs to it. I said, hey,
yeah, Kaleb Johnson's coming in this week as well.
Yeah, see, I'm high on Hampton. I'm not that high on Kaleb Johnson personally, but I say you got to do what the hell you got to do, because there's no guarantee that Ashton Jeanty is going to be there when you want him. And then if you decide to go another direction and maybe have an idea of trading back up into the first round, if Hampton is still going to be there, or if you get into you got to be prepared for whatever's going to happen in this draft, because now there's reports that just came out from Adam Schefter that the Giants are going to host Shedeur Sanders for a workout. So that can re-engage everything and shift things once again, after we thought that he could potentially slide to maybe the Saints. And then we hearing Derek Carr with the shoulder injury, and they thought that the Steelers could possibly trade up for him. It's what a lot of us call lion season right now. So they just trying to not tip their hand and do a lot of things. But the Bears, you got to do your due diligence and be prepared for anything.
Yeah, and that's what this is that the Bears doing, like, one thing Ryan Poles has been good at. When you look at the trades, he's done a really good job of kind of filling out where players may go in the draft, right, and where other teams may do, and that's been why he's been able to really kind of maximize on some of the draft spots and stuff like that. So, you know, you can't put all your eggs in the Ashton Jeanty basket. And we've been saying that here at Chicago Bears Central the whole time. Like, I remember there are people in the comments like, "Is Ashton Jeanty or bust their running back?" I'm like, have you looked at any other running backs? Because there's some damn good running backs in this draft, fam. So I think that's going to continue to be something when it comes down to it. So I'm not mad at Omarion Hampton. I have guys that I like above him, but I would say this. I still don't think the Bears can draft him at number 10. Like, it has to be a trade back, right, Bobby, if they're going to draft him?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Me personally, I would. If you just going to draft him at 10, you just like, to hell with it. Who cares? When I think that, depending on how this draft goes, you can absolutely trade back, and I think he'll still be there. And let's just say, for the sake of discussion, Shedeur does slip to 10.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, you got to wait for them to call you.
That's a fact.
So you can have the leverage. Pittsburgh, you move back to 21. If Hampton is not there, I'm good with taking Quinshon Judkins right there.
That's a fact.
Not even gonna lie to you. Yeah. Like, just get it out the way and say we done with it.
Yeah, this is a draft where it's like, I get it, and I get wanting the best running back, the best player at the position that you're clearly targeting and running back. But like the gaps between these guys are so minuscule that you can really play it by ear. And Ryan Poles is really in a position, like you said, especially there at number 10, he can wait it out and wait for teams to call him and come calling and walk away with a great deal. So
yeah, man, all you get. That's why it's the draft. That's why we always tuned in, because we never know what's gonna happen. A lot of things can be smoke screens. Hell, the damn Browns just signed Joe Flacco. Like, what we doing?
Who knows what the fuck the Browns are doing?
Exactly. What are we doing? But it's gonna be interesting to see, man. It's good that we getting these last visits out the way. And I'm happy that the Chicago Bears are bringing in a number of backs to see which ones are going to be able to fit the not be able to fit the culture of the team. Because yeah, we know that some of these guys can play, but you still got to be a good locker room fit as well, or be receptive to what the coach is trying to teach out there. So I think they're doing a good job of getting a number of guys in there.
For sure, for sure. Bum says y'all would want Judkins over Hampton, huh?
I'm good with either option.
I'm good with either. Like, yeah, I'm good with either, to be 100% honest. I love Quashon Judkins in this draft. To me, he's a bigger David Montgomery, and I think he can do extremely well for you. So
yeah, I think Hampton and Judkins is literally right there neck and neck. If you ask me who I'm higher on, I'm higher on Judkins, me personally.
Yeah. And I think it's also like you got to factor in as well. Like you got to, when you're looking at draft position, what you can get at other positions. Cause I think what the Bears can get other in the first round and then still get a running back that's not that far off for Hampton in the second round. I think that's the value you got to look at in that one. So
yeah, because you gotta be strategic in how you gonna play this, because we never know who the hell is high on the Chicago Bears list, especially when it comes to that second round. And if a team come calling and you say, hey, trade back, hey, they might go out there and grab a running back that's not named Omarion Hampton, but grab Henderson or Judkins. And then in the early second round, they take a safety of the future. We don't know what the hell they're gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it a lot. That's what's really special about what the Bears have done here. They've set themselves up to really be able to do whatever the hell they want to in this draft. And that's a really good place to be in.
It is, absolutely. I've said it early on, like Bill Parcells put it out there, say don't go to the NFL draft hungry. Never go to the grocery store hungry.
That's a great quote.
Because you're going to be spending money if you go to that grocery store hungry. And you're just going to be buying unnecessary stuff. And the Bears placed themselves in a good position and went out there and spent the bag in the trenches to where now you could just simply go best player available, because you got pieces everywhere now on the team. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. All right, I got to get ready to go do this WNBA draft. Anything left, Bobby?
Hell no, I got to go check on these kids. My wife at school.
All right, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. You see, we stopping in the middle of the day to give y'all news. This is what we do, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow us at Shy Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Chi-Town up, bear down, y'all.